Okay, so good evening to everyone. We're going to start our English session today. Okay, today we're going to start our class. This is going to be, okay, we have two more classes. This class and next class is going to be the last class, okay, of our term. Okay, today class, we're going to practice the final exam. We're going to do some practical exercises, okay, according to our final exam. Remember, today we're going to see parts number 5 and 6 of the final exam, and next class we're going to see part number 7. Okay, so the first part of the class we're going to see part 5 and 6, and this is going to be like the first part of the class, and the second part of the class we're going to see the topic of the week. The topic of this week is going to be tag questions. Okay, so before we start our session, I want to ask you, Liliana, how are you doing with your activities, with the units assigned? Do you have any problems, or how are you doing with these activities? Remember, we are in unit 3.4 and we are in week 14. Okay, so how are you doing with these activities in the platform, Liliana?
Teacher, I haven't done anything.
You haven't done anything?
No, teacher, but because I have uh, I have been a little bit busy with the other course, but I know that I have to finish this week. I know that.
Yes, it's really important. Okay, so just get ahead, don't get it to the end. Okay, so it is really important. Okay, and all the people that maybe watch this video later, okay, I'm going to say this in Spanish. It is really important. Entonces, les venía diciendo, es súper importante que se pongan al día, pues obviamente en todas las actividades. Recuerden que esta semana estamos en la unidad 3.4, estamos en la semana 14, ya la próxima semana es nuestra última semana, ¿cierto? De cierre de corte, de cierre de unidades, y tenemos plazo hasta el 10 de diciembre para realizar todas las unidades hasta la unidad 3.5, pues obviamente con un porcentaje superior al 80%. Recuerden que si no hacemos todas las unidades de tercer corte, no se les va a activar el examen final y no van a poder presentar el examen final. Entonces, por eso es súper importante que hagamos todas las unidades, que hagamos las actividades, pues para que el 11 de diciembre, que es nuestro examen final, lo podamos hacer sin ningún inconveniente. Entonces, no dejen todo para el final, por favor, tratar de hacer todas las unidades. Y tratar de hacer todas las unidades, y recuerden, ya es la última semana, o sea, esta es nuestra penúltima clase, la otra semana es la última clase, entonces es súper importante pues para todos aquellos que ven este video después, que realicen las unidades, ya que hay varios estudiantes que no están al día con las unidades. Okay, so this is like the big and huge recommendation that I give it to you. Okay, Liliana?
Sí, profe, yo sé eso, porque es que sí, yo sé también que si uno deja, digamos, para la otra semana, no sé qué pasa con la plataforma y se empieza como a caer, o sea, como que no guarda, también se vuelve complicado con eso.
Eso, porque de pronto está muy saturada, todo el mundo deja todo al final, entonces por eso siempre les recomiendo, entonces hagan todo a tiempo. Recuerden que tenemos hasta el otro viernes 10 de diciembre para hacer todas las unidades, sin eso no se les activa el examen final, entonces es para evitar inconvenientes. Y pues obviamente el examen final, recuerden que tiene un peso porcentual del 30%, entonces súper importante pues que obviamente realicen todas sus unidades y vayamos al día. No se dejen colgar el tiempo, porque a veces todo el mundo deja todo para 2 días, un día antes, y pues es muy duro pues hacer todas las unidades, y realmente la adquisición pues como el vocabulario y todo eso no se va a dar a feliz término. Okay, so do you have questions according to this? Hello Sergio, how are you?
No, teacher.
No questions? Okay, hi Sergio, can you hear me?
Hello, teacher. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to start our session today. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Sergio, do you have questions according to the platform, activities, units assigned? Do you have questions about that? Any questions?
No.
You're doing fine, yeah? You're doing fine with your units, correct? Okay, so can you see my screen now, guys? Guys, can you see my screen?
Sí, profe. Yes, teacher.
Good. Okay, so like I said before, okay, so we're going to start the practice.
No, es que se escucha, qué pena, profe, es que no se escucha, se escucha final, al fondo como un sonido, entonces por eso no, a veces no se le escucha.
Oh my God. And it happens with my headphones and I don't know what else to do. Let me see. But can you hear me better now or no?
No, no, sí, sino que digamos a veces sí lo dice muy rápido, entonces como está ese ruido no alcanzo a escuchar bien. Pero no,
Okay.
sí se le escucha, no es que no se le escuche, sino que ese ruido, no, pero ya se le escucha bien, profe.
Okay, thank you, Liliana. Okay, so the topics for today class, okay, so we have our final exam, okay, we're going to do the practice, okay, remember parts number 5 and 6, okay, for our final exam. And the second part of the class, we're going to see question tags or tag questions, okay, whatever, okay, this is the topic of the week. So to start with, this is just final exam recommendations, the requirements that you have to complete all the units, okay, all the units until unit 3.5 with a plus 80% grade. Remember, our final exam is going to be December 11, 2021. The time for the exam is going to be available from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. The length of the exam is going to be 70 minutes. The number of questions are going to be 55 questions. The number of attempts is going to be only one attempt, and the type of questions is going to be multiple choice question, okay? So don't forget, this is going to be according to our final exam. Questions about this? Questions?
No, teacher.
The same thing that I just saying, like the whole third term. Okay, so remember, there are going to be 55 questions, okay, and they are divided in 7 parts, okay. They're going to be vocabulary in contest, grammar in contest, and reading comprehension, okay. Here is like at the final exam structure. Okay, here is the percentages. The second column, we can see the number of questions, and here we can see the parts. Remember, part number 5, it has 9 questions, and part number 6, it has 6 questions, okay? So today we're going to focus on part number 5 and 6, okay? So we're going to start with part number 5. I don't know, do you remember part number 5, what is about part number 5 for our final exam? Do you remember, guys? According to Saber Pro exam, part number 5, what is about? Any idea?
Reading communication, teacher.
Yes, it's about reading comprehension, but it's about like literal reading comprehension, okay? Literal, okay?
Sí.
Part number 5 is literal reading comprehension. What does it mean literal? It's going to be like, it's going to be in the test, okay? You don't have to, okay? Maybe it's going to be just paraphrasing in the test, but it's in the test, okay? Literal. So part number 5 is about literal, okay, of the test. And part number 6 is going to be inferential, okay? So you have to infer what is the test about, okay? So is it clear the difference? Part number 5, literal. Part number 6 is going to be inferential. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to start practicing with these tests, okay? This test is about the Nazca lines in Peru, okay? So the idea is you're going to read the following test about the Nazca lines in Peru, okay? And we're going to answer the questions, okay? What are we going to do? First of all, we're going to read the title, and then you're going to read, of course, the test, and you're going to do a skimming, okay? Skimming the test, okay? So it's going to be a really quickly, okay, or just a rapid reading, okay? So you're going to read it really quickly, okay? And then we're going to do the scanning that you're going to answer the questions. Is it clear? What are the strategies?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I'm going to give you, I don't know, 2 minutes. Just read it at home, okay, you at home, and then we're going to practice on pronunciation, okay? So just read the test, and you're going to tell me what the test, okay? What is the test about, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so go ahead. 2-3 minutes to read the test. Okay, guys, do you finish?
Yes, teacher.
Good, okay. So Liliana, tell me what's the test about? What is the test about? Just the main idea. What do you understand about this?
Okay, as the title said, is the Nazca Lines in Peru. It is about investigation about these Nazca Lines in Peru, and a part of explanation how what does it mean for some cultures.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. Okay, so they just talk about all the research that they have done in Nazca lines in Peru. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to do the test. We're going to read it just for practicing pronunciation, and then we just go to answer the questions according to this test. Okay, so Sergio, do you want to start reading, please? First paragraph. Are you there? Yes. Okay, good.
Podrías chequear, no sé si es tu micrófono o qué, pero es
What is it?
que, no permite-
I
que hay un
think.
sonido ahí que no permite oír bien lo que tú dices.
Okay, can you hear me or not? Impossible to hear me.
No, sí se escucha, pero es que es muy como, o sea, se escucha, hay veces que escucha más el
Escucha
sonido
claro.
como cuando si estuviera, como si estuviera lloviendo.
I don't know. It is my computer. I don't know because today I have to change my computer because the other one just break down. So I have to change today. So, but it's impossible. I mean, should I just go back and just try to sign in again, you guys? Is it impossible to hear me?
No, no, profe, sí se escucha, sino que el sonido se pone a veces muy intenso.
Oh my God, let me see. I don't know what to do.
Apagas tu micrófono mientras hablas. Cuando hace más ruido.
What about now? Can you hear me better or no, you guys? Can you hear me better or it's the same?
No, el sonido sigue al fondo, profe. Sí, profe.
Oh my dear God. Okay, so you guys, just take a screenshot, okay, about the Nazca lines in Peru, okay? Could you please just take a screenshot or whatever? And I'm going to just try to sign out and sign in again, so maybe something about, I don't know. Let's see, okay? So just take a just take a screenshot, okay, or a picture about the test and the questions, okay? And then I'm going to just try to sign in, sign out and sign in, and maybe the sound is going to be better, hopefully. Yes?
Vale, profe, sí.
Thank you. So just take a picture of card number 5, please. This one, this card, the test. Good.
Yes, teacher, I already did.
Next one, so this one, questions.
¿A las preguntas también, profe?
Yes, please. So you just
Okay.
can do it while I am going to just try to sign in and sign out. Porfa, sí, tomen las
Listo,
preguntas
profe.
y estas también. ¿Listo? Son 7. Mientras que ustedes van completando esa parte del texto, llenando las preguntas, yo voy a tratar de salir y volver a entrar a la reunión a ver si mejora el tema del ruido. ¿Les parece?
Ok, profe.
Listo. Sergio, ¿tú también tomaste las fotos?
No, no, la lectura no alcancé.
Paso toda la lectura, porfa. Mira. Sergio.
Ya, pues, gracias.
Chicos, ¿acá me escuchan mejor?
Sí, profe. Ya no está el sonido.
No, entonces lo que me toca hacer es conectar pero si ven la pantalla o no están viendo la pantalla del otro lado.
No, profe, no está compartiendo.
Ese es el problema. Es que estoy tratando a ver si me conecto, pero entonces no. Déjenme, o sea, me toca conectarme desde la reunión. Denme un segundo, ya vuelvo a intentar. Liliana, ¿cómo vas? ¿Todavía escuchas el ruido?
No, profe. No, no, señora.
¿Ya no se escucha?
No, es que no, profe, hable más. No, pero no, no se escucha.
O sea, no se escucha, dale. Y si no me toca
Sí.
es como compartir de este lado y conectarme desde mi celular para el
No, ya
audio.
no se escucha. Ya no se escucha, profe.
Ah, ok. Pero pues cualquier cosa me comenta si se escucha. No sé por qué ese ruido. Uy, ¿cómo te fue con el ejercicio, Liliana? ¿Sergio se desconectó? Sí.
Sí, profe, no, no está ahí.
Ok. Listo, Liliana. So we're going to just read the test, okay? Can you see my screen?
Sí, no, ahí se vuelve a escuchar, profe. Pero pues igual ya se escucha como cuando su merced habla o algo así, ¿sí me entiende? No es constante. O cierra ya un micrófono, no sé.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. No sé por qué. No sé si abro el micrófono, como que sí se escucha.
Sí. Listo,
Bueno,
profe. Okay, I'm gonna read
yes,
this.
please. Thank you, Liliana.
Okay, okay. The Nazca lines in Peru. The mysterious drawings in Peru, huge image of birds, animals, plants, and human carved into the ground, known as the Nazca lines, have fascinated and puzzled people around the world since pilots flying over the desert in 1920s and 1930s start to report seeing the designs from the air. Before the age of air travel in Peru, it was impossible to get a clear view of the giant patterns and drawings of spiders, monkeys, hummingbirds, sea creatures, plants, and human figures. Yet, the Nazca people who create these patterns some 2,000 years ago couldn't have seen them from above. The German archaeologist and mathematician Marie Rishi carried out one of the first formal studies of Nazca lines in the 1940s and spent half a century investigating them and working of their conversation. She believes that
Conservation.
conservation. She believes that the lines were part of an astronomical calendar. Others believe that they were ancient Inca roads and irrigation system. Some people even believe they were landing strips for alien spacecraft. This Nazca region of Peru is one of the driest places on Earth, and yet successful societies live here thousands of years ago. Water must have been very important in these societies, so it's possible the lines are related to water. We know that the Nazca River, which come down from the Nervi Mountains, runs underground for about 15 kilometers before it emerged off the surface again. This phenomenon probably had great significance in ancient societies. Many experts now believe that the Nazca lines were part of the ancient ceremonial traditions connected to water and religious beliefs.
Good. Okay, so that's the idea. Okay, so the questions. Okay, so it says number one. Just read it, please.
Okay, number one is the mystery behind the Nazca lines uh, makes people feel confused.
Confused. Very good. Okay, that will be confused. Okay, number two.
Mary Rich studied the lines for 50 years.
Excellent. Okay, number three.
Mary Rishi thinks the purpose of the Nazca lines is mainly astronomical.
Okay, number four.
The idea that beings from other worlds use the lines to line their spaceships is be by some people.
Believed by some people. Excellent, okay. Questions according to these 4 questions? Easy?
No, profe, qué pena, es que yo mirando esta es la parte 5 y es lo que dice el texto.
Yes.
Pero
Right.
entonces la parte 6, ¿cuál era? Qué pena.
Entonces, parte 5 es lectura literal del texto. Es decir, todo lo que dice el texto ahí lo vas a encontrar, sino que está parafraseado, lo encuentras en otras palabras. Por ejemplo, esto de 50 years, si tú te das cuenta ahí no dice 50 years,
No, half
sino
century.
dice half a century. Entonces sabemos que un siglo, pues obviamente, century, 100 años, la mitad, half, pues 50, ¿cierto? Pero entonces está parafraseado, pero es lectura literal del texto. Esa es la parte 5. La parte 6, recuerda que es lectura inferencial. Ahí sí tengo que inferir cuál es el propósito del autor, qué me quiere decir el autor con eso, etcétera, etcétera. ¿Ok? Esas son las dos diferencias. En la parte 5 vas a tener 9 preguntas. En la parte 6 vas a tener 6 preguntas. ¿Ok?
Listo, profe.
Ok. Questions according to this? No.
No, profe.
Continue
No,
with question number 5.
Okay, the Nazca lines might be connected with water.
Good.
The Nazca River originates in the mountains. B.
In the mountains, perfect. Okay, and number 7.
Okay, expert claimed that Nazca people relate their beliefs to. Let me check, teacher. I'm because it miss one. No.
Okay, you missed
I miss one.
Yes, you missed one. You missed the last one. Do you want to see the test? Just check the test. It's going to be the 2 last lines. The 2 last ones.
Yeah. Yes, teacher.
Okay, so what is the answer?
Religious. Okay. Experts claim that Nazca people related their beliefs to water, to the water.
To the water. Very good. Okay. So remember, guys, part number 5 is going to be about just literal reading. Okay, reading comprehension is literal. Okay, you are going to find all the things there in the test. Okay, we're going to do a different exercise, a little bit harder. I mean, not that harder, but we have just 2 more readings, so we just can practice more. Okay, so the following test is about the moon. Okay, so the idea is also read the test and then answer the questions. Okay, so Liliana, Sergio arrived again, or someone arrived to the class, or no, or just you and me? Liliana?
No, I can see Sergio, teacher.
Okay, Sergio, do you want to read this test? To the moon.
Okay. Wait, please. What I have to do?
Just to read the test, just read the test, and then we're going to answer some questions about to the test. Okay, this is part number 5, reading comprehension about literary. Okay.
Okay. To the moon. In spaceship made history with the program called Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. The first named lunar landing mission was called Apollo 11, and their destination was the moon. Tens of thousands of people worked on the Apollo project to send those men to the moon. And the project, also known as Apollo program, took 10 years of preparation. The first named Apollo flight was a disaster. Apollo flight was a disaster because the spacecraft caught fire on the ground. But NASA continued with the Apollo program. During future space missions, the astronauts practiced flying their spacecraft. They also performed the tasks they needed to know so they were able to fly to the moon and land on it. On the Apollo 8 mission, the astronauts flew around the moon 10 times. They were almost ready for the first moon landing. The rocket that carried the spacecraft and the astronauts into orbit around the moon was called the Saturn V. It blasted through space and speed of the least 2,500 miles an hour.
Thousand?
Even at that speed, it took, sorry,
25,000 miles.
even at that 5,000 miles an hour. You okay?
100.
100? Okay.
Okay, good.
25 an hour. Even at that speed, it took 3 days, 3 hours, and 49 minutes to reach the moon. The Apollo for landing on the moon. It was the Eagle. On July 20, 1969, the Eagle on the moon's surface astronaut actually on the moon that day. Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. Edwin Buzz Aldrin followed about 20 minutes later. The astronauts set up a TV camera and the whole world watched the landing on TV. Michael Collins waited for them in the spacecraft and orbited the moon. It was his job to take care of the spacecraft that would take them home. He had to make certain nothing happened.
Okay, Sergio, thank you. Thank you very much. So what are we going to do now? We're going to read the questions, okay, and answer the questions according to the test, okay? So let's start. Number 1, guys. What is the writer's main purpose in writing the test?
And B, to talk about the first trip to the moon.
Very good, okay, that's the main purpose of the test, okay? Even though the other ones are mentioned, okay, you have to find the main idea, the main purpose
Teacher,
of the test.
I cannot see the, I mean the questions.
You can see the question. Liliana, can you see the questions?
Yes, teacher.
Sergio, I just sharing my screen. I don't know what happened today. Can you see
Yes,
it now?
but I'm still looking the reading.
Sergio, if you go out and
No, it's okay.
I mean sign out. I'm sorry. I don't know today's. I don't know this connection today. Awful.
Is the internet, teacher. That's why
Yes,
it
but it's
happens.
my internet, your internet. I don't know. Oh my God. Horrible.
Okay, it's okay.
Awful. Okay, number 2, Liliana. Which Apollo mission took the first astronauts to land on the moon?
A, Apollo 11.
Okay. Sergio, can you see the questions now or no?
No.
Oh my God. I think you have to just sign out and in, maybe. I don't know. Okay, number 3.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's the only, I don't know, answer or just to solve this situation. Okay, number 3, Liliana. How did the Eagle arrive at the moon?
I think that it was carried by the Saturn V rocket.
Yes, that's the correct one. Perfect. And number 4, how many astronauts walked on the moon on July 20, 1969?
B2.
Okay, easy. Really? Was it easy?
We have to read tenemos que leer bien las preguntas y las respuestas porque
Yes.
se puede uno confundir.
And this is like I don't know, I just told the students like just read very good the questions, okay? For example, number 4, how many astronauts walk on the moon? Okay, walk on the moon. And a lot of the students answered 3. No, there were 3 astronauts, but they walk on the moon just two astronauts because the other one stayed in the spaceship according to the test, correct? So you have to read very, very well all the questions and the answers too, okay? And the test, of course.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Sergio, are you back?
¿Cómo, profe? ¿Sí? ¿Qué? Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay, do you come back?
Pero
Okay.
sigo viendo la lectura.
Pero, o sea, ¿no has podido todavía ver las preguntas? Oh, dear
No.
God.
Bueno, no
Déjame,
importa, estoy escuchando.
I'm sorry, Sergio. I'm going to just
Y
try to just...
estaba pensando en qué triste que el que se tuvo que quedar en la nave.
Oh, yes, yes. It was like, yes.
Estaba pensando qué tontería viajar hasta la luna y quedarse en la nave.
Yes,
Parece un mal chiste eso.
because he like I mean the spaceship was in orbit or something like this, and he had to stay in the spaceship. So that's why just only 2 astronauts really stepped on the moon. Okay, Sergio, finally, can you see the screen or no? Yes, no? Liliana, can you see my screen?
Yeah, the another article.
Yes, it's about reading part 6, okay? So I think we have
No.
time to... Sergio, can you see it or no?
No.
Still no? Oh my God.
Still no. Never.
Yes, I think it's I don't know, internet, because I just try to stop sharing and start sharing again, and it works, but I don't know. Okay, so Liliana, you must read it. Yes, that's fine with you? Is it fine? So we're going to see the part number 6, okay? And it's also about reading comprehension, okay? Remember, reading comprehension in part 6 is about just inferential reading, okay? So you have to infer what is the test about, okay? So remember that in part 6, you're going to have 6 questions, okay? According to the reading comprehension, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so the idea is you just, Liliana, if you help me, okay, read the following test about augmented reality and answer the questions, okay? So go ahead, Liliana, let's read the test, and then we just answer some questions according to the test.
Okay, augmented reality. Augmented reality is not a new phenomenon in the world of technology. It is so that the term augmented reality was first used in 1990 by a researcher called Tom Caudle, who worked at the aviation company Boeing. He used the term to describe a system that he and his colleague David Miesel were developing, which combine virtual image with the physical world in order to provide complex information to workers in the factory. Today, AR has become part of the mainstream high technology used by computer and software companies to create products such as video games, smartphones, application, and educational tools. Makers of computer games in particular were quick to see the potential of AR to provide a richer, more multisensory experience for gamers. Now, using devices such as head-mounted displays, headsets, and special glasses or visor, players become real characters in the game and can connect with other players all over the world in a multi-layer virtual environment.
Okay. So it was about augmented reality. What is the main idea of this test? What do you think is the main idea?
The main idea it is the augmented reality is not new for the technology. It is the first. They could see it first they could see that in the 90s.
In the 90s. Okay, so it is not that new, okay, the augmented reality. Okay, so we have 5 questions according to the test, okay, so remember this part is just about inferential, okay, so I don't know, Liliana, you just want to take a screenshot of the test, so we just can move to the questions. Up to you.
I'm ready, teacher. I already take a.
Good. Okay, so the questions are, number 1, according to the test, AR, okay, so what do you think? A, has been used for almost 30 years. B, was first used by makers of video games. C, is not used in the field of education. Or D, was developed in the 21st century. What do you think? Sergio, if you are listening, okay, you can answer to also the questions, okay? So what do you think?
I think it's D, was developed in the 21st century.
Not exactly, no, because it was in the 90s. It was developed in the 90s.
Oh, no, 21st century is right now. Okay.
Okay, so no, it is not possible. And you're not seeing the questions. Como no las
Oh,
ves,
I can see now.
difícil. Okay.
I can see now.
Ah, okay, good. Oh, finally.
So I think it's A. I was just confused about which one is 21st century. So
Okay.
this A has been used for almost 30 years.
Good, okay. Question number 2, Sergio, could you please read it? Could you please read question number 2?
Next, A game. Infer. Be infer from the text.
So it can be inferred from the test that AR games, what do you think? A, are inexpensive to buy. B, are used in schools. C, usually require special equipment. Or D, are always played alone. What's your choices, guys? What are your choices?
C.
Yes. Good. Yes, Sergio. C, usually require special equipment. That's good. Number 3. So Liliana, the author suggests that the invention of AR, so what do you think? A, has an unknown origin. B, occurred by accident. C, resulted from a collaborative work. Or D, is attributed to a Boeing pilot.
D is attributed to a Boeing pilot.
Okay, let's check out. Are you sure? Sergio, what's your choice?
Research.
In number 3.
C. Resulted collaborative work.
Yes, it's C, okay? Resulted from a collaborative
Because
work.
because point pilot was, I mean, Cowdell has the idea about research about it, but he worked in companion with his colleague David.
Yes, exactly. So it was a collaborative work and it's only just him, correct? That's the reason. Does, is it clear the why, Liliana?
Yes, teacher.
What is it? Okay. Number 4. It can be inferred that some high technology products. So A. Use AR to make profit. B. Transform into AR. C. Are used by software companies. Or D. Work faster now thanks to AR. What do you think, guys? According to question number 4.
C.
Are to make profit.
Yes, Liliana?
No, yeah, C. For me, C are used by software companies.
Yes, correct. Okay, are used by software companies. Sergio, what was your choice? I just can hear Sergio.
Was A.
Yo escucho a Sergio
Choice was
entrecortado, no sé por Liliana, ¿tú también lo escuchas entrecortado o soy solo yo?
No, yo también lo escucho entrecortado.
Okay. Yes, I just hear you like parts, like a robot, Sergio. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think it's internet connection. So number 4, it will be C, are used by software companies. Okay, guys? And we have number 5. The author implies that producers of computer games wanted to A. Become rich selling video games, B. Improve gamers' skills, C. Improve the aviation field, or D. Provide gamers with a more realistic experience. What is the best choice?
D. Provide gamers with a more.
Realistic experience. So you guys, in this part number 6, you see this is about inferential test, okay? Here the questions change totally. If you see the type of questions here are according to the test, you can be infer, the author implies, the author suggests, okay? You have to infer, okay? What is the author opinion, attitude, okay? So according to the test. So you just see the difference between part number 5 and part number 6. They just change, okay? The other one is literal, okay, according to the test. You have to find the answer in the test, but here is you have to be just beyond that, okay? Okay, you have to see, okay, what is the author, okay, what is his suggestions, what does he imply, what do you infer according to the test? Do you see the difference, guys?
Oh, yes, teacher.
Yes, can you see the difference? So you guys, I have one more, but I think we don't have enough time to do it. However, I'm going to give you some websites when you just can practice in like I always said in these classes, okay, you have to practice. So remember last class I gave you just some websites, right? According to these kind of exercises, according to reading. I sent you today by chat another ones, okay? This is according to the British Council. And you have to choose here just a level, okay? This is elementary, intermediate, that would be B1, or upper intermediate, that would be B2, according to reading, and it's graded reading. So you want to practice more about reading comprehension according to parts number 5 or number 6. You just can just go here, choose your level, and start practicing different exercises, okay? So this is a website I just bring you today, so you just can start practicing with these exercises. And I'm going to show you 2 more. One is according to news, okay? So remember, just reading newspapers in English is really, really good. And also the other one is about short stories, okay? So you like to read, I don't know, maybe tales or maybe literature books. It will be like also a good resource if you want to just start practicing reading comprehension, okay, with these kind of exercises. So I'm going to show you the website. Just give me a second. Where this is going to be found. Have you ever tried the other websites, Liliana or Sergio? Have you tried the other websites that I sent you last classes or not?
Can you repeat, teacher?
Have you tried? Have you tried the websites or the web links that I sent you last classes or not?
I have tried one or two, no,
No, all
no
of them.
all the links, no all of them.
Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, this one is about also. This is BOA News. Also, you have to choose here. Okay, your level: beginning, intermediate, advanced. Okay, and here you just find like a really like news. Okay, and there's some practical exercises about reading. So it's really really good. Also, this BOA News. So I send you to do also by chat. So you have the chance to just check it out and to practice and, I don't know, improve your skills. So you just can check this one. And the other one that I bring you to do is these short stories. That is the one, like I said, okay? We have some tales, we have some literature, we have horror shows, or I don't know. We have different kind of books here. They're really, really interesting. Some of them that are really short. So you just can read, I don't know, one day, okay? One story per day or whatever, or you just can just read a long story if you want, if you are interested in reading more in English. Okay, guys, so I don't know if you have questions according to these. Is it clear? Do you have questions according to parts number 5 and number 6?
No question, teacher.
No questions. Okay, guys, so we're going to do, okay, in this half an hour, we're going to just do the topic of the week, okay, the topic that you are seeing in unit 3.4, okay, in week number 14, and it is about chat questions, okay. So I'm going to show you just a short video about chat questions. That is a really good explanation about what is a chat question, and then we're going to do some practical exercises. So, but before I show you the video, I want to ask you, do you know what are chat questions?
Con Grammarly puedes
Guys, do you know what are chat questions?
escribir en inglés rápido y confiadamente. Con las correcciones instantáneas, escribes sin errores y tus mensajes son directos y concisos.
It is like a small questions.
Yes, it is a small question, yes. And why? Why do we use chat questions, Liliana?
It is used when you need to confirm. I don't know si se puede decir así como confirmar lo que ya dijeron, algo así.
Yes, it's to confirm or agreement, okay, or agree, okay, to someone, okay. So someone that said something, okay, you want to agree or you want to confirm, okay, or if you are not sure about something, you just use the chat question. Very good. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to watch the video, so hopefully you can hear it. And then we're going to just do some practical exercises. I'm going to just explain just basically the topic, and then we just see. Just let me know, can you hear? Yes, can you hear the video?
Do you like being outside?
Yes, teacher.
Listen to this story and learn how to use to be in tag questions for positive statements. In the fall, my friend and I like to pick apples.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It is. I love cool weather.
Let's get some of these apples. They're good in apple pie, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And we tried that kind over there last year, too. They were delicious, weren't they?
Yes, let's get that kind too.
So what are tag questions? Tag questions are short questions that we put at the end of a statement. We use tag questions when we want someone to confirm or agree with something that we think is true. In tag questions with the verb to be in the simple present, we use is, are, or am plus the subject. The weather is nice, isn't it? In tag questions with the verb to be in the simple past, we use was or were plus the subject. The pie was good, wasn't it? When a statement is positive, its tag question is negative. You're a teacher, aren't you? Here are some more examples. He's an excellent cook, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
The meal was delicious, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Now it's your turn. Click pause and add a tag question to each of the following.
Okay, is it clear the explanation, guys? Yes? Is it clear?
Clear, teacher.
Okay, so what is the idea? You are going to just read these sentences and you are going to just add the tag question to each of the following statements, okay? So let's start. Sergio, do you want to try number one? No, Sergio? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
They were at the party. Were, weren't were,
Okay, weren't they? Very good. Okay. Number two, Sergio.
she was
I can hear you, Sergio. I'm sorry. I lost you. Can you hear?
okay.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, number two, go ahead.
She wasn't she?
Yes, wasn't she? Okay, Liliana, number three.
He's a famous musician, isn't he?
Okay, and number four.
They are good friends, aren't they?
Okay, good. Okay, so there are tag questions. Okay, of course, here we just see them, okay, with positive statements. Yeah, so here we just can see in this video with positive statements. Okay, we're going to see some of them with negative statements. That is also, okay, a way that we just can use these tag questions. So just hold on a second. So like Liliana said, and like in the video said, okay, so we just use the tag questions, okay? It is a small question, okay, at the end of the statement, okay, and the question tags, okay, are used when we are asking for agreement or confirmation about something. So like we said before, like the ones in the video, okay, there are positive statements, okay, for example, you're a student, and the question something negative will be, are you? Okay, so we have the negative and the subject, okay, with the verb to be, because we have to do an agreement with here. However, if we have a negative statement, okay, for example, Mary isn't a teacher, I have to do the tag question in positive, okay, Mary isn't a teacher, is she? Yes? Questions according to this? I think it's really clear.
No question, teacher.
And this is really important for you guys, okay? This is more for speaking, okay? For when we are just talking about intonation and meaning, okay? The second part of this slide, okay? It says the intonation of a question tag shows the exact meaning of it. If the intonation of the question tag goes up, it means you are not sure and you want to know the answer, okay? So you go up, okay, because you are not sure, okay? So for example, John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? So you just goes up. What about if the intonation goes down, okay? If the intonation of the question tag goes down, it means you are checking or confirming information or making conversation, okay? So, for example, John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? So, this is about intonation and meaning of the question tags, okay? And like we just said, this is just more grammar, okay? So we have, of course, positive statement. We have to got the negative question tag, okay? The negative, they have to be, the questions have to be negative. And don't forget that we have to get the coherence between, if I'm talking in the statement with verb to be, I have to do the question tag with verb to be, okay? You are a student, aren't you? He was happy, wasn't he, okay? So it have to be accordance, okay? Just concordance between the grammatical aspect, if I'm talking in present, in past, in future, using modal, I have to use the question tag, okay, according to my statement, okay? For example, here, you speak English, don't you? He studies Spanish, doesn't he? Etc., etc. In past, here we just see some examples in present perfect, in past perfect, with future, and with models, okay? So that will be the negative question tag. And the positive is when we have the negative statement, okay? And we have, of course, our positive tag. For example, they weren't late, were they? Yes. So another important thing here, according to the positive question tags, statements using barely, hardly, neither, no, nobody, no, nothing, and seldom are treated as negative statements, okay? So for example, nobody went to the meeting today, or nothing is ready, is it, okay? So this is really, really important to just take this into account. Is it clear, guys?
Clear, teacher.
Okay. Questions according to this? Let's go to the practice part. We have just like, I don't know, 20 minutes to do the practice part. So let's start. Liliana, number 1. Okay, Liliana, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sergio, you're going to do 5, 6,
Yo no
7.
veo nada.
Can you see it? Liliana, can you see it?
Yes, teacher, I can see it.
Hey, Sergio, I don't know. I guess it's the internet. Sergio. Okay, so Liliana, go ahead. Number 1.
You like speaking English?
Intentar salir yo.
Okay, good. Good, Sergio. Yes, please.
You like speaking English? Don't you?
Okay, very good. Okay, don't you? Okay, present. Very good.
Profe, cuando usted decía que, o sea, se pueden usar dos entonaciones o lo que estaba diciendo era que tocaba usar era hacia arriba.
No, no, no. Just according to the intonation and meaning. Entonces estoy hablando de la entonación y el significado. Entonces si hago la question tag, ¿ok? Cuando la hago hacia arriba es porque yo no estoy seguro y no sé cuál es la respuesta. Entonces, por ejemplo, yo digo, oh, yo no hablo español, de verdad, o sea, no estoy segura de la respuesta, entonces hago la entonación hacia arriba. Does he? ¿Sí? Pero cuando yo estoy confirmando, chequeando algo, esto sobre todo para la parte de pronunciación, hago la entonación hacia abajo. Si quiero chequear o confirmar o hacer alguna conversación. Ah, John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? ¿Sí? Entonces, eso es lo de la entonación. ¿Listo? Entonces, va hacia arriba
Okay.
cuando no estoy seguro y quiero la respuesta. Y va hacia abajo, eso sobre todo, como te digo, en la parte speaking, ¿ok? It's because I want to confirm or check something, ¿ok?
Okay, teacher.
Chequear algo. Yes? Clear? Okay. So, let's continue. Liliana, number 2.
Okay, you come to school by car. Do you? Do you?
Okay, negative, remember, we have the statement
Okay.
positive.
Don't you? Don't you?
Don't you? Very good. Number 3.
You are 16. Aren't you?
Okay, good. Number 4.
I saw you at the mall yesterday. Didn't. Okay, espera.
Yes.
I saw you. No, o sea, ahí sería didn't I, pero didn't I?
Didn't I? Yes, correct. Okay. We have to
Okay, okay.
Okay. The subject and the grammatical statement. Okay. We are talking about past, present, or future. Okay, Sergio, are you back? Do you come back? Yes. I hear him. Okay, number 5, Sergio, please. Sergio, number 5. No? Sergio, I can hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't. Liliana, can you hear him?
No.
Okay, good. Now, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Number 5.
¿Me oyes?
Yes.
Que no me escuchas.
Sí, yo te escucho. Ya te escucho.
Okay. You weren't late this morning. Were you?
Continue. Sergio te perdió otra vez. Okay. Okay, no, impossible to do this exercise. We're going to do a different practice, okay, guys? Because I don't know, we have some problems here with the I don't know, with the sounds, with the microphones. I don't know. Okay, Liliana, can you hear it? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
I just can hear Sergio. Do you hear him? ¿Tú sí lo escuchabas? No.
Señora, profe.
Do you hear Sergio? Do you hear Sergio?
No, él tiene mal internet. O sea, va y viene y se le escucha súper entrecortado.
Entrecortado, ¿cierto? Okay. So you guys, we're going to do more grammatical aspect of maybe Kahoot, okay? Sergio, si me estás escuchando, vamos a hacer Kahoot, okay? Para que sea más fácil y de pronto pues así, pues practiquemos better, okay? Another alternative to practice, okay? These tag questions, okay? So, entonces vamos a hacer Kahoot, por favor, entren a, okay? Kahoot.it. Okay, and we're going to do a game with Kahoot with chat questions, okay? Positive, Liliana, yes? So this is going to be our game pin.
Ya, profe, espere, entro porque es que siempre se me olvida. Espera un momento. Qué pena.
No problem. Sergio, ¿tú sí me escuchaste?
Sí,
Okay. para practicar así esta parte y ya. Okay, I have Liliana.
Listo, profe.
Ok, esperemos que Sergio se nos conecte. ¿Cómo va, Sergio? ¿Sí? ¿Lo lograste?
Profe, mejor continúen ustedes y ya.
Trata de conectarte a Kahoot.
Ya lo estoy intentando, pero está lento igual.
No, no problem. Dale, un minutico pues para que haya challenging.
No, pero en serio está súper lento y
Sí, está súper.
además tengo que registrarme o algo.
No te tienes que registrar, solo le marcas el game pin, entras a kahoot.it, entras a ese game pin el que aparece ahí, 437267, y solo escribes tu nombre y ya. No tienes que registrarte. Igual, anota el pin y apenas entres, ahí puedes ingresar, ¿listo? 437267. Okay, Liliana, I'm going to start with
Bueno.
you, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Sergio, tú puedes entrar en cualquier momento con ese pin, ¿listo? Okay, so this is about question tags, okay? So let's start.
Okay.
So Liliana, it's quite a big garden. Very good, isn't it? Okay. So the idea, Liliana, you are going to just read it if you just can't, if you just, I mean, you don't have problems with your microphone, okay? So number 2, Liliana.
¿Cómo, profe?
The idea is you are going to read it, okay? To just be more...
O sea, I have to read it?
Yes, please.
Okay. There aren't many people yet. Are there?
Okay, are there? Very good. Next one.
You are Rachel's friend. Aren't you?
No, aren't you? Okay. Lili, si quieres lo lees después de que contestes, ¿listo? Para que no te estreses ahí leyendo y contestando. Sí, no. Lo lees después de que contestes, ¿listo? O sea, escoges y lo leemos,
Bueno,
¿ok? So, for example,
bueno.
you are Rachel's friend, ¿ok? You are, ¿ok? You are Rachel's friend. Aren't you? Yes? Good. That's one.
You came in a sports car.
Okay, didn't you?
Didn't you? Didn't you?
Excellent, okay.
Sí era así.
Good, yes, good, okay. Next one, Liliana, it says, these burgers look good.
Don't they? Don't they?
Don't they? Very good. Excellent. Next one. We can sit on the grass.
Can we?
Perfect. Okay, no problem with those question tags. Next one.
The weather forecast wasn't very good, was it? The weather forecast wasn't very good, was it?
Was it good? Next one.
You get plenty of time to yourself, don't you?
And you? Excellent. Next one.
I have told you enough times, haven't I?
Half an eye. Perfect. Next one.
You're quite happy. You're quite happy, aren't you?
Okay,
Aren't you?
Quite. Okay,
Quite.
you're quite happy. Aren't you? Very good. Next one.
You don't mind, do you?
Excellent. Okay. Yes. Good pronunciation. Okay. Do you? Next one.
The situation doesn't bother you. The situation doesn't bother you, does it?
That's it.
Does it?
Good. That's it. Next one.
Is there? Okay, there's nothing to argue about.
Argue.
Is there? There is nothing to argue about. Is there? Is there?
Is there? Very good. Next one.
You can even look. You can even look at time from my point of view. Can you? You can even look at things from my point of view. Can you?
Correct.
Let's listen to some music. Se me olvidó cuál era esta.
Let's try. Let's listen to some music.
Let's listen to some music, shall we?
Okay, shall. Shall we?
Shall we?
Williams. Okay, very good. We have 4 more.
Don't do anything silly. Will you? Don't you anything silly. Will you? Will you? Will you?
Will you? Don't do anything silly. Okay. Good. Excellent. Next one.
Fine time table. You haven't got a train timetable, have you?
Okay. Next one.
Pass me this hall. Pass me this hall. Do you? No. Pass me this sal. Do you?
Okay. No. Do you? Can you? Okay. Pass me
No,
the
do
sal.
you? Can you?
Can you? Pásame la sal, ¿puedes? Pass me the salt. Can you? Okay, this is just according to the commands. Okay, cuando hablo de comandos. Okay, sit down, stand up. Okay, pass me the salt. Can you?
For the command, we have to use can.
No, it depends. Like a here is like a because it's a favor. Okay, you are asking for a favor. Yes, you are asking for something.
Ah, okay.
You're asking for something. Okay, we have two more, Liliana. Just pause it. Okay.
You couldn't pass me the salt, could you?
Good. And the last one, Liliana.
Give me an example. No, espere, no. Me olvidó.
Give me an example. Yes,
That is this one. Give me an example, could you?
it's like an asking for a favor, correct? Okay, so give me an example. Could you? Yes. Is it clear the reason, Liliana?
Yeah, but we don't use can you? We use could you?
Yes, like a could, when we just use could, is because it's really formal, okay? It's more,
Okay.
okay? And can is because it's just a little bit more informal, okay? It's just no problem if we just can use a could or can. The could, it will be more formal, okay? It's a formal way to say it. And the can is just more informal way to say it, okay? So was it clear about these type questions, guys? Is it clear about the first 5, 6 of the exam and type questions? Do you have questions according to this?
No question, teacher.
No questions? Okay. Sergio, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened with our internet today. So hopefully next class we just can participate a little bit more. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, guys, so I will see you in the next class. Okay, remember our next class is going to be the last class. Okay, and we're going to do the practice for part number 7 of our final exam. Okay, so remember that we have until next Friday, that will be December 10th. We're going to have the deadline to do all the units, all the activities. And December 11th, the Saturday, we're going to have our final exam. Okay, guys, so thank you very much. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for participating and being so active in class. And I will see you next class. Okay, goodbye everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher. Have a nice night.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.